jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke. See us holding rank. Discussion sharp enough to make a ship sink. We got stats, we got smack all rolled in one. SWAC talk like the smoke from a loaded gun. Y'all tune in every week, it's a new vibe. Opinions clash like titans, watch the sparks collide. Here for the teams, for the sports, for the jokes you need. Cut through the noise, watch SWAC smoke's gonna lead. No fakes, no chill, bring the truth you seek. Every Thursday night, yeah, we running the streak. Catch us live, hit that like, don't be shy. Talking SWAC, y'all, with the jokes that fly. We ain't ducking no smoke, see us holding rank. Discussion sharp enough to make a ship sink. From the court to the field, we dissect the play. Breaking down the wins and losses of the day. A different crew, but the unity's tight. Facts mixed with the laughs, got you feeling alright.
Edition of SWAC Talk, SWAC Smoke. What day is this? Thursday? Man,
It's Thursday.
my days off. My days all crazy, man. I'm thinking the day is one of them other days, but this is SWAC Smoke, man. Episode number 198. Of course, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC Seawells, and we got Mr. Bragg Different in the house, holding it down. What's going on out there with the Rattler Nation? What's going on today?
Doing good. Happy to be back for another episode of this SWAC Smoke. Hopefully, we got a little bit of stuff planned for y'all today. A few questions to ask and a couple topics to run through. So let's get it.
Man, I don't know, man. I think he should be coming through. We'll see if the big soldier slide through. But we're gonna hold it down like we do. I'm gonna say this, man, before we start. I think this is the first time I can say I've probably almost talked out, man. Like this is like my third show in 3 days. And it's like, man, I'm enjoying it, but I don't think I really talked this much, man. I didn't did like 3-4 hours of talking, man, in like 3 days, man. It's like weighing me down. But hey, I love it, man. I'm gonna bring it to y'all, and of course, my boy gonna help me out with this. So it's the off season, but we got a bunch of different topics that we're gonna touch on. Jerome, where you want to start it off at?
Let's start off with what's going on current. I think let's go with softball. Let's go with softball. I know that ain't no big deal right now, but we getting to the good part. We're going to the softball tournament. That's starting on I want to say May 6th.
Yeah, May 6th to May 10th.
Yeah, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty in softball. We all know that the regular season is good to win that regular season championship, but this one it all count. If you win this softball, you play for a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. It's just like March Madness, but it's in a softball form. So this when the rubber meet the road right here coming up this week.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna say this. Nobody really, I don't want to say nobody cares, but nobody really invested in softball or anything like that until the tournament starts, because everybody wants to see their team win a championship. I don't care if you follow your team or not. When it gets to tournament time, everybody want to know, because everybody want to win. Like you might not be locked in, but when your team wins, you want to get the spoils of the victory. So this is that time of the year where, like you said, you got softball about to start, you got baseball tournament coming up, track and field, all of that. And so, everybody want to get some dubs, but I'm going to run through the standings right now. And I know I saw Purdue won the West Division. They clinched, I think, yesterday. They 21-3, 27-19 overall. Texas Southern 13-11, 13-23 overall. Southern 12-11. 21-22 overall. Grambling 10-14, 17-29 overall. Grambling Pine Bluff 9-14, 14-27 overall, and Alcorn 6-18, 11-29 overall. And on the east side, the Rattlers lead that with a 19-5 record. They 23-18. Jackson State 14-9, 24-22 overall. Bethune-Cookman 14-9, 21-28 overall. Bama State 14-10, 16-34 overall. Alabama A&M 10-14, 19-25 overall. And pulling up the bottom is Valley 0-24 in conference, 2-36 overall. They're on a 19-game losing streak. That's a rough go of it for you. But the East side is really tight. I mean, you got three teams basically tied for second behind FAMU. So there's a lot of good softball going on in the East. The West a little bit. It's a little tight too, but the records ain't as great. But like you say, we getting to the nitty gritty. I think this weekend is the last set of series, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be close because they take it's still East and the West in softball, so I believe they take the top 4 from each side, right?
Yeah,
that's how it works. So, it's still a lot to be earned out there on the field. But I think FAMU won the regular season title, but it's still a long ways to go as far as that's concerned in softball. I remember last year, I was even had it on in the truck while I was at work. You understand what I'm saying? Just listening to it in the background because some of those early games come on early in the day. So, like you say, we all get invested when it get down to the championship, to the ring season.
And like you said, both divisions been clinched. Prairie View clinched the East. Prairie View clinched the West. FAMU clinched the East. So we know those top 2 seeds. Everything else is like a battle. You got a lot of teams battling it out for the last few spots. But it's going to be interesting, and it's going to come down to really the top 2 teams. It's going to be tough for anybody else to really get past them. I never say never in a tournament because all it takes is one game, but it's pretty much a PV FAMU battle to the championship as far as I can say right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna say that yet because Bama State still hang around. They tough, and Jackson, of course, Jackson tough. Jackson tough.
I'm trying to throw that little reverse jinx on everybody, man. Maybe my team can sneak in.
My team can sneak in there. But I'm gonna give everybody they just do. I'm gonna give them what they deserve. That's how I look at that. So on the other side, we got baseball. Getting down to the good part too. We're winding that up about the end of the season. I know they got a couple more series to go. And there's still a lot of decisions to be made, especially out there on the west side. I know with Southern and who is that right behind y'all? UAPB, not UAPB, but
hold on, I'm about to pull it. Yeah, we just actually we just swept Valley this weekend. Thank God.
Y'all did sweep Valley.
Because I was like, man, I was like, we lose the Valley. Not that Valley bad this year, but those are the kind of games you got to win, But right now we are we basically in the 8th spot. So yeah, it's basically between. Right now we got a 3-game lead over Prairie View. They 9th, they 7-11, we 10-11. So it's the top 8 right now is Bethune-Cookman at 17-4, FAMU at 15-6, Alabama State at 15-6. Texas Southern at 14-7, Groundland at 14-7, Pine Bluff at 11-7. Let's see.
Pine Bluff. Well, I ain't gonna say sneaky good, but they've been winning. They've been winning some games.
They playing some good baseball. They actually was on a good winning streak for a while before they lost. They 11-7 right now. Jackson State 11-10, Southern 10-11, and then like I said, Prairie View is 7-11. They in 9th place. Valley is 6-15. Alabama A&M at 2-19, and Alcorn is 1-20. Now, Alcorn one SWAC win is against us, and that hurts me a lot. It hurts me a lot because the other week I was like, you ain't supposed to lose to Alcorn, but Alcorn lost to a really really low level team this past weekend. They got run ruled by some. I don't even know what they are. They're not NAIA or nothing, but they got run ruled by some team that's like a super low division.
They be getting beat like their record is just reversed. They be getting beat 21.
Oh yeah, they be giving up They been giving up the runs, but like I said, I hate that they lost to Southeastern Baptist College, 16-5 on Tuesday. So
Yeah, I
when they
feel
get
for
beat,
them.
they get beat. You know.
Yeah, that's they pitching. They can't pitch.
Oh yeah,
That's what
they have no pitching at all, and that program used to be really strong. You know, like they weren't never like a championship team, but they were always a team who would give you a good go
sweet.
of it. But they just they done came off the hard times, and they really struggling. But Pine Bluff, I'm gonna tell you, Pine Bluff found that white man to come and coach their baseball team, and he getting them going right now. It kind of reminds me of my old schoolers. I hate to even say this an old school time because it was in 2004. That's not really, but it is. In '04 and '03, Valley had this coach. They had a white coach that had really turned their program around and got them to the SWAC championship. And then when he left, the team went right back down. So you got to go outside the box sometimes when you can make it happen. And they've been, like I said,
Right.
Pine Bluff been playing some good baseball. And
Yeah.
I actually, even though their record wasn't good last year, I saw them in Baton Rouge a couple of times, and they had a solid team hitting the ball. They didn't have a lot of pitching, but they playing a lot better this season.
Yeah, so I think it's a couple more series left in the baseball season before we get down to the tournament. So it's still a little bit of adjusting, flipping, and flopping to go with that. I think, especially up at the top. With
I think we got two series left.
Yeah, so it's still undetermined who's gonna get that number one seed or whatever going into baseball. But it like you say, this when everybody school pride show up once it get down to the tournament, and we'll all kind of pay attention to that. So
that's why don't nobody want to lose. Everybody want to win. They don't, like I said, they don't care about them other games that you played leading up to this point. But when you get to the tournament time, everybody's eyes is on it. And even like my dad, who don't really like baseball like that, he go because I get tickets, and I give them to him when I can't go. And he tournament time, that's when he locked in. He know the whole bracket and all of that. Like, but you tell him about a game on a Tuesday, he don't even care about midweek baseball.
As you win, the more concerns you get.
Oh yeah.
Once you win, you get more and more concerned. That's how it goes with baseball.
The closer you get to that championship, the more you start to analyze that team and realize, hey, we might not be that solid in the field. We're gonna have an error or two that's gonna cost us. Hopefully we can survive that. And like with Southern, pitching is our problem. We don't have any depth on our pitching, but we have some really good individual guys, man. A kid Thibodeau, he's like one of the top hitters in the country, man. He's been playing good ball all year, but we don't really have a lot of consistent pitching, which for Southern is odd. Because that was always one of the things we always had. We just don't have that depth right now. So we'll see what happens. We can win a game 15 to 12 or lose 20-1. You just don't know what we gonna do.
Yeah, well, y'all did that against what was that? Valley last week. Y'all lost that first one and then turned around and beat them by 20-something to 1 or something like that.
No, we won that first game, but we won it like 15 to 14 or something like that, and then we won the next one like 21 to 1 or something like that.
Okay.
I thought we were gonna lose. Honestly, that first game, I was like, man, if we lose this, I don't, how that go, man. It's hard when you used to winning in something. It's hard when you're struggling, but you can turn a lot of stuff around this time of the year, man. It's who knows what can happen. So everybody got a fresh start.
So okay, let's get off the diamond, and I think we can move on. We got golf, the men's golf and the women's golf should be coming up. We're going to the regionals, right?
Yeah. So let's see if I can. We'll get that. Okay.
I know FAMU won the SWAC golf, and they playing in Tallahassee. I'm just not sure what the women's golf team I want. What that tournament is going to be when they go to their regionals. But these are the sports that we got a chance really in in all honesty, we got a chance to win a championship in. We can get
Yeah,
a good golfer. You know what I'm saying? We can, you know, you don't need no whole 57-man roster to win a
you know what I'm
championship.
saying? You just need, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be good that day, you know, because, you know, in
Yeah,
golf, you're not necessarily playing everybody else, you're playing the course, you know. But
right.
yeah, FAMU is the they the number 14 seed in the Tallahassee regional, so they don't have to go nowhere, which is good for, you know, for
They
acclimating and all that kind of stuff. Let's
save enough
see what
money.
yeah, you know, you already familiar, so you ain't got to go nowhere. But
Yep.
let's
But
see what the women's side is. Alabama State is the
it's
obviously they
Alabama
won
State.
the women's tournament. Let's see, did they have what they? Let's see, I'll pull it up on the schedule.
But these sports, I guess what we call these, the Olympic sports.
Yeah,
Even baseball, you never know, man. I mean, baseball is a little less likely because there's more players in that depth come in to question. But should you get you a good pitching staff, you might pitch your way right on to a title, you know?
oh yeah, like you know the thing about baseball is, man, you get, especially when you get to tournament time, you know, you playing those bigger teams, they trying to juggle their rotation because, you know, they want to have their guys, you know, they want to have their top guy for, you know, elimination game or something like that. And you catch a team with, you know, with a subpar starter and you get, you know what I'm saying, you crank out a couple
Jump
runs
on.
early. Yeah,
Yeah.
you jump on them and who know what happened. You know, you find, you know, you kind of put them in a position where they not really used to being in. And now they got to go deeper in their rotation. Who knows? You know, that kind of stuff can happen. You know, I do think that you can find yourself in a better position. It's just, you know, in sports like that, it's always gonna come down to depth. You know, can you survive? You know, a weekend. You know, because if you can win one game, then you know you find yourself in a decent spot. Especially if you can win enough game to get yourself a 3 seed in a regional instead of a 4. You know, you can always kind of find yourself in a pretty good spot. But
Yeah.
let's see if I can finally get this. Right. To make it hard to find this stuff sometimes. All right, let's see. The Alabama State, their women are.
They probably way in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah,
They
I'm
sent them out.
scrolling down the list and I don't see them yet.
Shoot, it's sad because you know, you be in them regionals against them real good Stanford or some doggone body
Yeah,
that
you
don't
know
do
what
nothing
I'm
but
saying?
play better. You know what I mean?
And they be trying to get you out of there.
Yeah, they get you out of there quick. They try their best. They gonna make you earn it.
Yeah.
So, but if you can't find it, that's cool. We know they in there, and we just have to keep an eye on them
Oh
and
yeah,
keep an ear out for them and see what they doing. You know, if they're able to win or advance or do something, even if they could just get. I'm not exactly sure how golf goes. You know, is it the whole team advance or is it one tournament or I don't
yeah.
know how to
That,
do that.
like I said, that I don't know. I'm going to keep. That's something I'm going to keep tabs on because normally I really kind of just see, you know, kind of just see what's going on and then I come back. Now, I will say, when it comes to men's golf, Pine Bluff was the team for a hot minute, and you know, back in the day, Jackson State was the team. Now, everybody else, I don't know I don't know what what the rest of us were doing, but we did have some teams who really put together some good runs. But now, everybody else, you know, I don't know. We might have all been, you know, shooting high numbers and just being the best of the worst. You know, a lot of us don't really put a lot of stock into these sports. But like you say, these are the sports why Bama State win the Commissioner's Cup most years because they compete and win in these sports. They put money, at least they put time in these sports where most of us put time and effort in the baseball, in the basketball and football. Really, you know.
Right. Shoot, Bama
Yeah,
State is the only school with a women's flag football team. I think
yeah,
it's
I just saw that. Hopefully that's something that we all can kind of get going. And yeah, double elimination is murder for an underdog because you got to knock somebody off 2 times. God forbid if you make it through, you got to beat somebody twice to get out of
oh,
there. So they gonna make sure that they don't
you
you
gonna
get
see
them
that
first.
ace. You gonna
Oh
see
yeah,
that ace.
they gonna throw that ace at you now. If you get you catch them slipping that first time, they ain't gonna let you out there the second time. And so
Yeah,
you don't have that you don't have that basketball effect where all it takes is one good game for you, and
right.
you ain't got to deal with them no more. And you playing most likely you playing at that team home stadium too, so you know they're gonna try to put that juju on you. So you gotta it make it a lot tougher if you get the out of it, then you earned it. Like a couple years ago, Stony Brook came to Baton Rouge and made it out the Baton Rouge regional. You got to you got to earn it if you get it.
Right. Yeah. I saw that firsthand when FAMU softball team came to play USF softball team. And for the first few innings, they was, kind of hanging around a minute. Then they brought that girl in there. That girl might have been 6'1", 6'2", looked like an athlete. Survive. She just
And that's one thing about softball though, man. It don't take but one picture. She changed the whole game, man.
yeah, she just shut that thing down quick. They had already scored and stuff, but it was like, okay, let's go ahead on and end this. And that girl came in there throwing that heat, boy. And that was something else.
They say it's team and individual in golf.
Oh, it's team and individual. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. So maybe an individual at least. You might get an individual, get a hot 2-3 days or whatever,
Yeah,
however long it take to make it through in there. So that'll be a good thing. And what about tennis? We got tennis coming up too. I know we got FAMU tennis team. I think it's the women's tennis.
let's see.
They're playing in Georgia.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna get it up
Georgia
here.
is a perennial powerhouse. I think, and last year I think Jackson won. They went to. I remember they. It's like they said us. We play the #1 seed every time.
Oh yeah. FAMU going to Athens to take on the Bulldog. They're playing in the Athens regional. Let's see. Turn Florida A&M, Georgia, Iowa, and Georgia Tech. So the starts on Monday. On Monday. Start on tomorrow on Friday, May 2nd.
Yeah. So, hey, I hope I get their luck. I know. Hopefully, we can pull one out of there at least. Take them to the limit.
One thing is when you're in these sports like this, you're getting the top seed or whatever region you're going to.
Yeah. And Georgia
And Bama State men, they going to Knoxville, Tennessee, in that regional. And
so
that regional consists of Alabama State, Tennessee, Duke, and Middle Tennessee. And that starts on May 3rd.
So they got Tennessee as the #1 because they hosting it. So they probably got Tennessee. That's the SEC. And probably SEC got teams sprinkled all out throughout. You know that it ain't just 2 teams in there. You know that.
Oh, I know. They probably got the bulk of the bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like a good percentage of it.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, I think it's May 11th. The SWAC track meet is I think it starts on May 11th.
That's in Baton Rouge. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So definitely, man. No, it started on. Did it start on 11th? Yeah, I think it is. I had a great time there last year, man. We had a great time.
You going back?
Definitely gonna try to. Oh yeah, most definitely gonna try to be back in there.
What races like were the most competitive?
You know, when it comes to track meets, it's always the relays, man. You know, everybody loves sprints, so you know the 100 and the 200, them gonna always be there for people that are interested in the relays. Um, and you know, because that's where your speed is. You know, people love to see speed, so you know, you get a good person in 200, 100, even the 400. You know, as a solid race for people to watch. But I love relays, so you give me a good 4x1, 4x4, like man, you got it, man. I'm gonna be locked in. And Bama State had some. Oh my God, they had some speed on that team last season, and
They go
it
to
came down to the end.
Bama State went to the they went far. The Olympics. I
Yeah,
mean, not, but they 4x100 did good last year. They went far in the regionals or somewhere.
yeah, they had a good run. They had a couple kids who really towed up. So I'm
Yeah,
blanking on the kid name. I wish DJ was in here because he always. But
yeah.
they had a kid.
I
That
remember
kid
the
was
story. Yeah,
that kid man. That kid, I swear to God, was one of the fastest kids I ever seen. Man, that boy was tearing people up. Like it wasn't
yeah.
even
I remember.
close.
So that's
So
starting too. That's starting what in May?
yeah, I
May
want to
11th.
say it start May. I think it's May 10th to 11th, I believe.
So that's one of the sports where we got a chance to get something in.
Oh yeah, you know them kind of things where you got individual people. You know what I'm saying? You can always have somebody put on a good performance and move up the rankings. And so it's always an opportunity for somebody to play somewhere and get to, you know, NCAA regionals and things like that. So it's more opportunities for people, you know.
Yep.
So we take a little journey through the Olympic sports, y'all. You know, see, we do a little bit of everything over here.
Hey, it's been a slow news week. You know, I mean, I guess I had it on my little sheet here. I mean, we could jump into the portal. You know, the portal giveth and the portal taketh away. And
Before we get into the portal, I think I saw my boy E Moore up in here. I wanted you to talk about that first topic that you had on there because that was his days back then.
oh, yeah, man. Okay. A video. If y'all get a chance to go check this out, search this on YouTube. Go search the 48 Posse 1989 SU marching band. And it was a game where, for whatever reason, I don't know the whole history or the story behind it, but Southern Band was reduced down to 48 members to march that game. They still had dancing dogs, but they had a one drum major because you know how that go. But
We always gonna have. That's all we need. That's all we need.
you know, one chief and a bunch of Indians, but you need to see that they put it down. You know, that was a good show, man. The 48 people that was out there put in their work. That's all I can say. They put in their work. They sounded just like Southern, you know, and it's an old tape, so it is. You could tell it wasn't no doctoring to the audio and stuff. But
yeah, it's gonna be grainy as I don't know what.
yeah, but still, it's worth a watch, man. It's worth a watch. Edwin, what happened? Why was it only 48 people marching that day?
Yeah, he'll break it down to you. He was at Southern then. I think they were still there. And my sister.
He might
I
have
see
just left.
I see if he chime in on that. But they also, man, I want to kind of put this out here. There's a documentary coming out. I think it's coming out in the summertime that about basically it's about the band and football culture at HBCU is made by people from Southern. It's called The Hidden Sport. So they actually got a screening tonight. I wish I could have went, but you know I'm kind of tied up right there at the moment. But I'm definitely looking forward to watching that, man, because it was shot I think last season. So it looked like it's gonna be pretty good.
Gotta get more water.
They say it was an internal boycott.
Oh, what y'all had somebody want to sing in front of the band or something like that? Y'all should have
Said,
been boycotting that. That's what y'all normally do anyway. So he know I gotta mess with him. What was
oh, of
they
course.
boycott? Huh?
I said, of course. We'll see if he chime in on it. Now don't get him started. Now he'll talk all day. Now he'll take my spot if we get him started.
No, but I ran across that video and I thought it was I enjoyed watching it, you know, over the weekend. So I'm gonna try and find a video to share with y'all every week. One day, C. Wells gonna put them on the show, and we're gonna
Yeah,
lead with
hey,
it.
one of these days I won't forget.
We're gonna
They're gonna
lead with a
fire me.
snippet or something like that of it, or something like
I'm
that.
gonna get I'm gonna get
I'm gonna
fired
have
from
to
my
talk about
job.
it. Yeah, either I'm gonna figure out how to do it. That's what needs to happen. I gotta figure out how to put it on.
And that might be one of them things where they say you want it done right.
I gotta do it my damn self. Is the big soldier chiming in?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I see
what's
Big
up?
Soldier coming through.
Yeah,
What's going
what's
on
up?
with you?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Jamie G?
Nothing much, man.
You right on
Man,
time.
Let's see. He said 86 was over music. 89. He was done before 89. But the
I'm trying
Dogs
to.
boycotted in 84, and the Cheerleaders performed, and a solo dancer.
No. So that's just like an ongoing theme. SU will do it. You know, they'll just walk out. I guess the band if it wasn't going their way. I
Hey,
remember
you mess
the Hunters
around,
did that. The
you mess
Hunters did
around, you
that
get
in the
left.
80s. They did that in the 80s. They
Hey,
walked out, but they made
sometimes you
them.
gotta show them, man.
At the time they wanted somebody to sing in front of FAMU band, and the band didn't want nobody to sing in front of them. So them cats didn't show up, but I think they got it fixed and they went on and did the show. It wasn't a situation like that right there with the 48 posse. I think that's legendary right there. Them cats they need their own section painted off in the band section. They need 48 seats.
We could put them. We could put them in the southeast corner.
No,
Put like,
they just need 48 seats in y'all section. Paint them seats off. The 48 posse was right here. This is where they
they.
was right here. They were
I'm quite sure
representing.
I'm quite sure the majority are still over there anyway. They all be there still.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They all go nowhere.
Yeah. What'd he
Yeah.
say?
He said if you boycott, you might not get back in the band. So you gotta be willing to die on that sword if you take that step. You might not get the comeback.
Right. Yeah, they proved that when they marched them 48 out there. Because I'm sure at the time that was probably what, a third maybe of the
Yeah,
band? Yeah.
about a third.
Yeah. So that let the rest of them know. Some got to give. We got to reach some kind of compromise so I can get back out there.
Yeah, see, they all still be lingering around the band. Eric.
They're like Edwin.
Oh yeah, you can always find him. You already know where to find him. If you go to any game, home or away, if he's somewhere by the band. So you'll never not be able to find him.
But yeah, that's good. Jamie G, you okay, man?
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm chilling.
What you got for us?
Hey, I'm just listening, man.
Oh,
I've been following y'all lead, man.
yeah,
But we're
you
gonna keep on.
want me to move on, C. Wells, or what?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go where you was going with the portal. Let's go ahead and go there.
Okay, the portal giveth and the portal taketh away.
Mm-hmm.
We all be mad when they taking our players and they leaving and flip flopping and stuff, but we be happy when it's given.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it's giving to a couple schools, I should say. You know, I know FAMU got a big signing, quote unquote, possibly a big signing with a quarterback this past week, and they've been getting offensive linemen in. Jackson, I want to say they got some safeties or some defensive backs came in to them. Prairie View, they've been doing their little share of getting they got a running back, I think, a big time running back from Oregon or somewhere.
Yeah, he's from Oregon. Yep.
Yeah. So those are the ones that I know of right offhand on teams that have been giving. The portal has been giving to them. So
I'm
gonna tell you who
I think it's gonna be giving thing to us too. Now we ain't putting that out there yet, but I done heard a couple names behind the scenes from a couple coaches. You know, can't put it out because ain't nothing official yet. But I heard some guys from some guys that saw some player time in a couple SWAC schools and some valuable positions for us. Supposed to be, you know, very interested in coming to Southern, but we got a couple other positions that we're trying to solidify, especially linebacker and running back. Them two of the spots I know we really trying to go hard at. So I like I said, I had a chance to talk to a couple people earlier this week, and I ain't got nothing concrete yet, but
did you see that?
It sounded good.
Did you see that Javarian Jenkins from JSU went to Clark Atlanta with Zy McDonald? So
he did. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Javarian Jenkins signed with Clark. I think that's gonna be all right. That's a big thing for them.
Oh yeah,
McDonald gonna dominate down there. He gonna like
playing in that offense. You know that offense gonna be wide open, so they definitely gonna be. Coach Taylor might be coaching stuff out of Clark, man. He get them kind of guys. He might be
glad they ain't got them on the schedule this year.
I know.
And then
I know.
And then I see Cameron McCoy got an offer from Southern. Will he take it? Will it be the ultimate revenge?
I can't confirm or deny. I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't confirm or deny.
You sound like Mister.
I think it was Southern. I know Southern offered him, and Bethune Cookman. I highly doubt they'll get a player like that. But also Middle Tennessee was in that running too. So
I will say he may or may have not been in the city limits. I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that because I don't want nobody to say Sewell said this and then when it don't come true, you know. So he may or may not have been in the city limits, you know. Could have been passing through, but you know he might have.
Yeah, so we still got a lot of shuffling around, I think, to go on, and it's you really can't. Right now, I think our team's all just loading. We got that little load circle spinning on until August. You know what I mean?
I want to speak on my boy. You know what's his name hit the portal too. Stephon Young Roll. He's been getting some interest from a couple of little top tier FCS schools, and my boy, the other guy that was really good for Bama State too, had hit the portal. Bama State lost a lot on their defense.
Oh yeah, they took some heavy losses this
year. LaPierre. Yeah, LaPierre been getting some looks too. Yeah, so hopefully we can get some of them guys, man. It would be nice to get some of these guys on our teams, you know.
I love to steal one of them defensive linemen. We need a defensive end that can be dependable on the other side of Givens. That'd be right on time.
We need Givens.
So he's not available. Y'all missed y'all chance last season when he went in the portal before when Graves got there.
That's what we need. That's what we need. I think FAMU in the market, or at least I'm in the market for FAMU for some defensive linemen. You know, I think we need something stout in the middle, in my opinion. I know we haven't had a real pass rushing end since Isaiah Land, no one been putting up the numbers like that or even close to those numbers. Remember, for a little while we had Land, Stevens, and Dunn. They was putting up numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once Dunn left, it kind of fell off. That position kind of fell off for us, and I don't think they've ever really replaced that position there. And then on the defensive line, fam, you need some of them big boys, man. We need not like 3 of them big dudes, man. I used to talk about them big dudes and be like, I want some built defensive linemen. I used to want them to all be built up, but now I can see the need and the worth of the big men. We need them.
Yeah, you gotta have them hogs in the middle, man. That's gonna clog everything up. You need that.
Yeah.
When you don't have that, you notice a big difference in your defense.
I'm sending out a cry to anybody out there that's listening within the sound of my voice. If y'all got a son in the portal that's like 300 pounds, 320, and he's 6'4", send him to FAMU. Get a good education and play some good football in a good conference, in a nice state. So send him to FAMU. That's my cry.
Yeah, he putting out the warning, the signal. Putting out the bat signal.
Yeah, that's strike signal. So all these guys, I know there's somebody out there listening. Think about it, man. Think about it, big man. We love you down here. We love you. Got plenty of food. It's Florida and Georgia mixed together.
Plenty of food.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's Florida and Georgia. I'm telling you, you'll like it.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yes, sir. But I know we got some offensive linemen, FAMU did, and they got a kicker. So it's still a work in progress. But Southern been keeping it quiet. But like I say, I'm looking. So I've been looking.
You can look and look and look. You ain't gonna see nothing. We ain't putting nothing out. It's so hard, man. It's hard for me to get information, and I know, and I talk to some of the coaches, and I can't get information sometimes. But I get the little dribbles and drops here and there, So I just it's always not it.
They're trying to take us back to the dark ages, to when we ain't have nothing. We used to have to wait till we got that one little book, be the Black College Magazine, used to come out in August, and we had all of our stuff in it. They don't do us like that, coaches.
Oh Lord, we got somebody in the chat. I gotta watch my mouth now. I gotta watch my mouth. But no, I'm gonna say this now. Back in them days, Jerome. I had all the information. I mean, because my old man was so plugged in with the program back in them days. Football players eat dinner at my house, man. My mama used to cook dinner for the team. Dude, coaches and everybody. Man, we were locked in back in them days. Man, I used to be on when I was little, like when I was like between like 6 and 12. I used to be on the practice field, bro. I used to be on the field. Like I was there all day. I had one of the shirts that said, Providence Southern University football, man. I was out there. I was out there. So
you was locked in. So you had the inside.
I've been locked in, man. But now my old man, he wanna get to the point now where he wanna. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that no more. That's on you now. So now I gotta do the work. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to do it no more. I gotta do the work.
Yeah, well, I ain't never really been that plugged in with FAMU to get that close. Not like that.
Man, I'm gonna put it like this though, because Coach Graves, he a Pete Richardson disciple. Pete Richardson didn't let nothing out. If you wasn't already linked in, it wasn't really coming out. That's because I don't know how many of y'all been to Southern, but if you know Southern, our practice field is by the stadium, and it basically you could drive up and stand there and watch practice, and everybody be there, man. You see people from Brownland there, you see people from Alcorn and Jackson, everybody be there. They started going in the stadium because it's like at some point, everybody was out there watching because they let you, you can just come up and park your car.
Yeah. FAMU practice field like that, it's in the open. But I think they go inside in the stadium sometimes. And before the hurricane came, the field used to have a green wrap around it, so you couldn't see in there. You know what I'm saying? But the hurricane came and tore all that up, and I don't think it tore the whole fence up. I don't think they replaced that stuff yet. They did put the fence back.
Well, what the saying is, where there's a will, there's a way. It's always it's always a way to find. It's always a way to find out what you need.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what they trying to take us back to them good old days. We have to wait on that one magazine.
Man, so they had a magazine back in the day. They
Oh yeah,
all SWAC stuff.
everything.
Yeah, I got one in the house.
Why
the one I used to give.
Why they don't continue to do that type of stuff? Because I know they do it now with, they always did it with like the D1 major schools, but why they can't do nothing like that for the SWAC?
Yeah,
it was all black. It was all I want to say it was FCS or division. It was for all the Division II teams.
Now I know
the one
what's the name still does it. The main, what's the dude?
Lindy's.
Yeah, Lindy. Yeah. Now he's still doing it.
But the one that I have in the house is specific to black college, though.
Yeah, so they had one that was specific for black colleges.
Yeah, I bought it because my homeboy was on the cover. Eric Bryant was the quarterback at Grambling, and that's why I bought it, because he was on the cover of that magazine.
Man, they need to do that then. Like, you need to, man. What?
Man, no, I didn't know.
I ain't know nothing like that was going on. I think they need to continue to do that. Like,
man, I didn't know it at the time, obviously, because I was young back in the day. But the magazine I had, because I think about it now, the magazine I had Carnell Maynard in there when he was playing at A&T.
No, now.
I'm gonna send y'all some pictures. I'm gonna go in the house after this show. I'll send it to you, Jay.
Man, that's something that's cool right there.
I wish I kept the magazines, man. When you little, man, you don't take when you little, you don't take care of nothing. Man, I used to read them there because it had like SWAC, MEAC, CIAA, and SIEC, all of that, and like Central State. Back when Billy Joe was there, and they were like independent or whatever. It was loaded, man. It was a good magazine. It was really in depth. You know what I'm saying? It went team by team, position and everything.
3 pages dedicated to each team.
Like three pages with pictures and everything. It was nice.
Yeah. Color.
They can put
color.
beauty of the week and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Like, they had to throw their little halftime section in there with the little dancing girls.
Section. All of that. Yep, it did. I got that. I got one in there. I got one in the house.
Yeah, I'm like, that'd be dope.
Okay, I gotta. Can I ask? We get late in the night, so can I ask one question? I want to get for outside fans' opinion. Okay, so FAMU AD Angela Suggs, she made the move to switch the visiting team from the east side of the stadium to the west side of the stadium. So in other words, they won't be sitting. The visiting team won't be sitting on that student side. They will be sitting over on the alumni side. So I'm just curious what y'all think about that right there. As a fan that's been to Bragg before.
Shit, it's been a long time since I've been there, so I don't know. I can't really speak.
What you talking about going to Bragg?
Well, Jamie, I know you ain't never been there.
I ain't never been to Bragg.
Okay, let me. Okay, I'll give you a little more information on it. They moved it for security reasons, so the teams, because the locker rooms sit kind of opposite. When the field house at the end, so the teams would have to cross the field to get to their field house. So recently there've been some incidents, almost some incidents, when the teams was crossing either at halftime or at the end of the game. So that was the main reason they moved it, for the security. And then we had a Bama State player got into it with the security guard over there on that sideline.
Yeah, I remember that
a couple years ago.
I heard all about that.
So. So I think, and she was explaining that it costs more security to have them monitoring and whatever, so on and so forth. But an element that is going to be taken away is the thick 3600 will not be right behind the visiting team bench. So that might be a saving point for y'all. You know, you might not have that distraction.
You just gotta be locked in. That's all. You gotta be.
Yep.
Just don't
Y'all
be like
won't
the
have to
dudes from
worry
Grambling
about
that
it.
year.
You're gonna be on the alumni side, so you won't have to worry about 3,600 because they on the whole other side of the stadium. And the one another thing is that what the people FAMU football team will be on the sun side now, and the visiting team will be in the shade during the day game. So, but I was
And
just curious.
my daddy said when they play that Valley, they used to put themselves in the sun so they could be mad. Put the other team in the shade, put them in the sun so they could be, because they devils, you know what I'm saying? They gotta be in the sun so they be mad. I say, man, y'all still lost. What deal with them?
Now that ain't no good move, you know. Be
Not these
dragging out.
days. Not these
But
days, man.
the one good thing is the game's at 6:00, so it don't be that much sun. Only game, I think homecoming like 3 or 4 o'clock a day. And
But
that's
do you think that's gonna make a difference though? Like in terms of
Loudness?
the advantage, home field advantage and stuff.
No. I think it's still gonna be. It still should be a home field advantage for Bragg. Even on that alumni side, y'all see them old cats on the 220 club. They be in there cheering and stuff and had a bullhorn and clapping and
Yeah,
all that.
y'all close to the field anyway, so it don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't really matter.
But they won't be getting that interaction like they was getting with the student section. So that's gonna say the fan. I would say the visiting team, because they won't have to get that interaction of the fans hanging over the fence and over that wall and yelling, barking at them. And when they make a play, they remember I tell you, they look around, they be turning around, looking back all up in the stands and stuff.
Oh yeah, man. That's one of the honestly, that's one of the best
Get up
things.
here, I know they venom in them. You know what I mean?
We used to do that in basketball, man, because we used to sit like right behind the visitor bench in the first elevated section, and we'll just get the roster and just pick somebody and start calling them, man. And the minute that dude turned around and looked at you, you knew it was a wrap. He was done. He wasn't thinking about nothing but you at that point. Man, we had to do. I think we had taught one dude so much, man. That dude tried to get up and come in the bleachers, man. The coach had to grab him. It's like, bro, you better pay attention to what's going on in the game, man. Don't worry about what we saying. But that kind of stuff. You say the minute they start looking, they done for, man. They're not focused on what they supposed to be focused on.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. I was looking on. I was sitting there looking on Fanatics, right? And I was looking at some of the, the merchandise jerseys and stuff. Man, they got some Jacksonville Jaguars. Some of them little, the PSD like type boxer drawers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
My man, so they got Jacksonville, home of the Jaguars, and then they got Guy Ferretti on one leg. I can't wear no boxer draw with a man on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a man. It ain't just the logo. It's a man on the draw.
Yeah. Guy Ferrari,
the chef,
the food dude.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to have his face on my boxer drawers. You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't. I don't want nobody's face on my drawers, man.
Nah.
Man, hey, did I tell y'all about the one Jacksonville Jaguar shirt I bought in my life?
No.
It was back in the day, back when the Jaguars first came out. I didn't even, I was in high school. We, internet and all that stuff. You didn't really know they had a new team, man. So we was in the mall, and I saw a shirt that said Jaguars on it. I went and grabbed it because me. I was like, this Southern shirt, man, this thing nice. I grabbed it, bought it. Got out the store, looked at it, and said Jacksonville. I was like, who the hell is Jacksonville Jaguars? Because they hadn't even played no games yet, man. Because they had like Jaguars.
I think it's a pro team.
Yeah, man. Like, what's this, arena football? Like, I thought arena football. Like, what? I'm like, man, My mama said, "You ain't read that shirt when you brought it this time?" I said, "No, I just saw it. I saw the Jaguars on there and grabbed it."
Jacksonville came in them first few seasons like gangbusters.
Oh yeah, they was wrecking shop, man.
Yeah, I want to say they went to the championship game within the first 3 years. That's
Yeah,
when
they
Jimmy
did.
Smith and all them was playing for them and stuff.
They were low. Mark Brunell and all them dudes, man. Hardy Nicholson, all them. They were loaded, man. Fred
Yeah,
Taylor, shit. They
yeah,
were loaded back then.
they was coming with it. Believe it or not. I know you probably, if they had that Jaguar head on there, you probably thought y'all had some new merchandise, a new
Man, you telling
logo.
me? I was like, bro, this thing look good. I was like, this thing look. Cause you remember like when they first logo was like a Jaguar, part of a Jaguar, and the claw was reaching out like that.
Yeah,
I
reaching like that. Yeah.
I was like, damn, something on point, boy. And I was out of town. I was like in Hammond, Louisiana, so I was like, we got merch all the way out here. Like, shit, I'm about to buy this thing. I was in a Foot Locker. Oh, I'm about to buy this thing, man. Like, cause living around here, you don't see Southern stuff unless you in our part of town, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have bought when I was in Florida in Destin. Now they had like all Florida State, Florida Gator, and Jaguar stuff. I should have like racked up on some Jaguar stuff when I was there. So hopefully when I get to brag this year, I'll be able to rack up on some Jag stuff.
Nah, you ain't gonna see. Nah, not up there. Well, maybe. You go to Walmart, you're gonna see FAMU and Florida State. They might have Jaguar. You'll see maybe Atlanta Falcon up there. They might have Jaguar stuff. I think they do have. I think I remember going in the store. They had Jaguar Bud Light cans. So you might find some Jaguar stuff in Tallahassee.
Man, you'll find the oddest stuff in Walmart, man. I was at the Walmart up the street from my house, man. They had a Texas Tech shirt in there. Just one. I don't know who put that shirt in there.
Somebody had them bought it and brought it back.
It was just one random Texas Tech shirt, man.
I don't know, do y'all do this though? Do y'all like, okay, you know how a player leaves NFL team? Like, for instance, Evan Ingram, we lost with the Jaguars. Do you ever go on like Fanatics and get their jerseys when they hit clearance?
Oh
like,
yeah,
collectible.
I used to buy.
I got some jerseys I want to frame eventually, and because I want to kind of set up a little man cave or whatever one of these old days, and like put some jerseys in the frames. Because like I got a Minshew jersey, Gardner Minshew. Shoot, I ain't paid but $15 on Fanatics for the jersey when he ended up leaving.
That's Gardner Minshew.
Hey, but it's still
that's $15 regular price.
Yeah, it's still a jersey versus me paying what how much the jersey run? About 120?
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's better to have that.
You just don't display his name. Just put the Jaguar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna just put the the front logo. The front, right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a Hunter jersey. I don't, all day because he's the number one pick.
I cop one of them myself.
Yeah, Travis Hunter. I want a Travis Hunter and a Shedeur Jags jersey.
The Shedeur jersey is moving fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, them Shedeur jerseys gonna go out. He getting his just due. He say he want to be legendary, and he getting it. It's getting started. Even just his whole draft process was legendary.
That was interesting, man. I swear to God.
It was legendary.
Thursday when we got off the air, man, I went in the living room. My wife was already watching the draft. I was like, well, let me settle in and see what she's doing going, man. Pick after pick. I figured, because everybody was saying like Saints at 9. So I was like, okay, get to the Saints. They picked the offensive lineman. I'm like, Saints doing what they do. They doing the crazy stuff. I'm like, okay, well, somebody had said like Steelers at 21.
Yeah.
Still out. I'm like, okay, now after 21, everybody got quarterbacks at that point. I'm like, he might not get drafted first round. And then the Giants traded up and got back in the draft. I'm like, okay, here we go. Jackson Dart. I was like, oh, I was like screaming.
Yeah.
We even watched the second day of the draft on Friday just because, just because. It's like, nope. Like, God dog.
And you were still watching Saturday.
I was at work Saturday, so
But
I
I'm
missed
saying
it.
people was tuned in.
Oh yeah, they still was. They still was. I
was
personally
at
think
work
that's
and I
an
was
NFL
listening to
ploy,
it.
man.
I was listening to your boy Carlos Brown show at
Carlos
work
Brown.
Saturday. Yeah. And they, you know, they were talking about it, and then I think it right after they went off the air, I think it finally jumped off. You know, he finally got drafted, but he had a legendary draft process, if nothing else.
Yeah, I ain't seen nobody slide in the draft like that in a long time, man.
That's one of my questions that I had. You know, I always have questions. And should JSU get credit for having Shador drafted and Travis Hunter being drafted? Should they get credit for that?
It's a portal error, yeah.
In the supporter area, yeah. I think because a lot of guys are now saying both schools when they, you know, when they getting drafted and stuff, because somebody got drafted, they claim both schools too. So I even heard Hunter, you know, he could say, yeah, y'all can claim me as a Heisman winner at Jackson that went to Jackson State. So I was like, well, I guess he can. You can. They do have we can't have a claim on that.
I'm gonna throw a caveat on there. Mm-hmm. They played at Jackson State. They started at Jackson State. They produced at Jackson State. So yeah, I think they can claim, like, if it was a dude that ain't that rode the bench for 4 years and then went somewhere and blew up. Nah. But you played and put up numbers there. Like, I remember when Jimbo Fisher left Florida State and went to Texas A&M, they were trying to claim Jalen Ramsey. I'm like, brother, dude never played at your school. You coached him at another school. You can't claim that dude. You know what I'm saying? That's different. But these guys actually produced and played there. So I don't got no problem with it in that aspect.
Travis Hunter was gonna get drafted wherever he went.
Oh yeah, like, he was gonna be top pick no matter where he was.
And Shador, he cut his teeth at Jackson. You know, I think that helped him grow up, and it really got him ready for that next level once he moved up, because he had built up all kinds of confidence, you know, playing at Jackson. So, you know, if any one of them, definitely Shador should get a little more credit for going down.
Even Shallow too. He did graduate from JSU.
Yeah, Shallow Tampa somewhere. He signed with the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So he, you know, once they come to Tampa, they don't never leave, bro. I don't know what it is.
I know. None of them do.
They don't never leave, man. You'd be crazy. They be living. Shoot, it'd be players living here playing for other teams. You know, I don't understand.
Oh, I know. It'd be mad people still stay around that, man. Michael Clayton back in the day, I think I don't know if he's still out there, but I know he was out there for a long time after he finished playing for the Bucks.
He coaching Plant City High School.
Oh yeah?
Michael Clayton, he was. I might not, he might, you know, that was maybe 2 years ago. So, but he was coaching at Plant City High School. Yeah.
Yeah, they, like you said, they don't leave, man. They definitely don't leave.
Nope. He was from Baton Rouge, Michael Clayton.
Yeah, he's from Baton Rouge. Went to Christian Life. Old school where it closed down.
That cat. His son was playing for Tampa Catholic, and I met that cat at one game. He was on the radio down here for a while. He used to do like sports radio and stuff.
Man, I remember I went to a tournament at Tampa Prep one time, and I seen Doug Williams up in there because DJ was playing at Tampa Catholic. He was playing basketball at Tampa Catholic. Like, Doug was sitting like 2 spots in front of me. That boy took a lot of people's positions that he should have never took, man.
DJ?
Yeah, because he was a quarter. You know, he played quarterback a little while at Tampa Catholic. Then they moved him to defensive back. And kid I knew was playing defensive back. They put him on the bench for that boy. I was like, bro.
Yeah, I remember he was there. I remember that when he was playing. Didn't he get a scholarship at Grambling or somewhere
Yeah,
too?
he started quarterback at Grambling for a couple games.
He wasn't that good though.
Cause they you remember
He was
Jonathan
just
Williams
something.
and went to Tampa Tech?
Who?
Jonathan Williams, he was a quarterback around that time. He went to Tampa Tech. But he
I
ended up
think so. Come on,
he went
Yeah,
to
Slim
yeah,
G.
Grambling.
I remember. I remember
Yeah,
Jonathan Williams. He was at
he went to Grambling at the same time.
yeah, when at the
And he had
same.
got I think he had started and he
Yeah,
got
he was
hurt
he was
in
gone. Yeah.
the and they put DJ in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so dang, Grambling been coming to Tampa getting quarterbacks for a minute
Oh
because
yeah.
my
Cause Jonathan
homeboy,
Williams ain't he the offensive coordinator for South Carolina State?
who?
Jonathan Williams that
I
played at
think he
Grambling.
is. He was
Yeah,
quarterback
yeah,
coach at
yeah.
Southern for a little while.
Yeah, he their offensive coordinator.
Dang, I didn't know that. Shout out to
Speaking of
Eric
that, I
Bryan.
went back. I went
Eric
back
Bryan,
and
you should
watched.
be watching. I'm shouting you out.
I
You
watched
out
that
there?
oh
You
09.
need to be watching.
Was it 09? Texas Southern and Grambling all watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
Old retro game.
You
Man,
remember?
that was a heck of a game too.
Grambling had a running back from Lakeland, big dude, man. I was so mad. Grambling beat FAMU, I want to say, in Indianapolis at that game they used to
At the
play up
Circuit
there.
City Classic.
Yeah, and that dude, I can't call it his name for nothing, man, right now. But he was running all over FAMU, and they're like, from Lakeland, Florida, from Lakeland, Florida. I'm
Hey,
like, how in the hell he get all the way to
you,
Grambling?
you know the boy from Lakeland wasn't no joke, man. Them dudes from Lakeland wasn't no joke. I remember one year Chamberlain made the playoffs. Boy, they had to play Lakeland in the first round. I thought Lakeland was gonna put 100 on them boys, man.
Was you in town when the James Wilder Jr. played for Chamberlain? Played
Yeah,
linebacker.
I was there. I was there then.
He was built like a real man.
Oh, that boy was a grown man in high school, man.
He
Hey, he was
transferred to
good.
Plant. And
Yeah, went to Plant.
I had got moved. I was a back to. I got moved to the line. I was a linesman for that Plant game, and so I was watching him at outside linebacker. And when he rushed, the running backs used to be completely scared to even stand in front of that dude, bro. He just throw them dudes to the side and hit the quarterback, and then went to Florida State and tried to be a running back, and that was the end of his career.
But he was a good power back, but he had no vision. Like
Right.
he would not pick a hole. Wherever he was gonna run, that's where he was gonna run. Whether it was 4 people in the hole or nobody, he was either gonna blast out the other side or he was gonna get tackled. He wasn't trying to. And I'm like, your daddy was a running back, bro. He ain't teaching no instincts, but he just got by on his size because he was a full grown man.
And big and strong. Yeah.
He like I said, he wasn't the first off the bus dude. You know what I'm saying? He the dude you let come out the locker room first. Because you know he's to wear a shirt rolled up. Like, man, you let that dude come out first and and let people see what he look like, and they be like, okay, I don't know about this, but you know, you let him come out first, and then you bring everybody else out after him. Because he was a monster now, but he just didn't have that vision to be more than what he was.
He should have stayed at linebacker at Florida State. He'd have been like Verse or any of them other dudes. That
he would have, man, with his speed and size, but he wanted to be a running back. And so I was like, okay, you know, you could change the pace back, but he wasn't gonna be every down dude because you couldn't, you know, other people do what he did with more vision and speed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they had some good teams.
Faded away.
Man, Plant had some good teams back in the days, man. That's when they was running state for a little while. They ran into Tebow now.
Yes. Mike Williams went there. He played receiver at USC. He went to the pros for a little while. But Plant was putting him out there. I'll just say that. The quarterback from Georgia.
Aaron Murray.
Yeah, Murray. He was there. They was stacked. Hillsborough County was the Wild Wild West. It was like the portal before they.
It was.
But they was.
It was. He had the school choice, man. And Sharon was everywhere.
They were going everywhere, bro. That was crazy.
Yeah, I was following Hillsborough heavy back then. So I was over there all the time.
Yeah.
that, well, yeah, man, that's the kind of stuff that you see, man. Them Florida boys be everywhere. That's what I tell people. Florida boys, they scared to go nowhere.
Yeah, they go. They be wanting to get out of Florida. I think that's what part of it is. But yeah, I'm gonna send y'all that. I'm gonna go in the house and send this picture to you. It's 8:15. We supposed to be going to Chipotle, so see
Oh
my
Man,
wife
shit, let me
looked out the back
let me.
door.
let me ask this quick question right quick before we
All right, go ahead.
shut it down. Hey,
Go
like
ahead.
with a skill player, right? Like what's in the SWAC? What's the craziest number a skill player have? Like like say like you the coldest dude, but your number like 37. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I'm trying to think. Somebody used to wear
Like who wore like an odd number? It was a dog in the
somebody
SWAC.
did. They used to have this dude back in the this was back in the day, back when Jerry Rice was at Valley. When they were receivers wore 28. He was cold, man. I can't think of that dude's name. He wore 28.
Yeah, like I wonder who in the SWAC like got an odd number because most people skill players got the odd numbers, receivers, like receiver 88, but who like got number 46 that's cold in the SWAC?
Yeah, I remember.
he
Did
talk,
Michigan
he talking
have
about
a
that Michael
quarterback
Irvin
wearing
number.
98?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, he talking about like when Michael Irvin used to wear 47 in Miami. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, what? Yeah. And
I need
See
to see
what?
somebody quarterback with number 20 on, man.
See what else? Did Michigan
Huh?
have a quarterback wearing 98? Michigan?
Yeah, that
Both.
yeah, one time,
was
yeah.
Devin Gardner. He wore
Yeah,
98.
yeah. Now what?
Like, Brad looked
Why
crazy.
he do that? That was his birthday or something.
He,
I mean, that's,
he had a reason why he wore it, but I'm like, man, that look odd, bro. Like you 5'10", 195 pounds wearing number 98, bro. You
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
look like back in the day, man, when you joined the team and they had no other uniform for you to wear, but they give you the biggest. That was the old basketball thing, man. When you
Yeah.
join the team late, they give you the biggest uniform to wear, except for when the Fab Five came around and we started wearing we started wearing all the big shorts. The coaches were getting mad because the big men didn't have no shorts to wear because all the little dudes was wearing them.
y'all, you know how that goes. See, well, coach, the best. You be sitting outside the locker room. They have all the jerseys and uniforms folded up in there in the room on the table. Coach tell you could go in there, get up. You get to go into the little room and pick whichever jersey you want. And by the
Well, I'm going.
time a little short man like me, by the time I got to pick numbers on basketball, all the good numbers
Man,
was picked
I,
up. But
I used to. I used to take them. I used to take them triple X shorts, man. They be like, man, them shorts. Get them shorts. They want them big men. Them shorts way too big for you. Like you used to wear them, because back in the day, man, everybody wearing them big old shorts, man. Like
yeah,
I'm trying to get the biggest ones I got, man. Put double, triple knots in them, man. Like I can't wear these little shorts. Let the big man wear them things.
I like that about how Dion was making them earn them numbers out there. They was actually competing for them numbers in Colorado. I don't know if
Oh
they still
yeah,
doing.
I
I thought,
think that's what you do, man. You want a single digit number, you got to earn it. Single
yes,
digits,
sir.
single digits used to mean something, man. You seen a defensive lineman with number 1 on,
Yeah,
you knew
yeah,
he was the
he
truth.
cold. He was cold.
Yeah, he was
You can't
bringing.
you can't can't show up one day and put number 1 on, and then you barely playing, and then when you out there
Yeah, that's
playing,
just like on my
you getting
game,
work.
man. Man, this dude,
Speaking of
this
odd
dude.
numbers, your boy from the receiver from Bama State got signed by Baltimore. Savage is his name. It ain't Savage. Savage is that.
Nah.
You talking
He
about from
left.
Bama
He
State?
left from Bama State and transferred somebody
Oh, you
last.
talking about Keyshawn Johnson?
Oh,
Keyshawn
Keyshawn Johnson,
Johnson.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he went
yeah. He went to
undrafted,
Western Kentucky.
which I was
yeah. But he
highly
he
surprised.
went to the Ravens. He went to Ravens now.
That's a good move for him, man.
That's a
That
good
kid
move,
was that
yeah.
kid was nice.
Yeah,
He
he
had a
had.
pretty good season at Western Kentucky last year, though.
Yeah,
Bama State really, I think they got to claim the 2 draft picks because Corey Merritt was there
Yeah,
from Bama State and Keyshawn Johnson. And them
yeah. They
dudes got
definitely
drafted.
get a good claim on them because Ja'Cory
Yeah.
Merritt was the truth at Bama State before he left.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's why
That
we just got to keep this talent in the SWAC, man, because These dudes, man, SWAC really had multiple draft picks, and these guys don't realize, hey, you can stay in the SWAC and ball out. Them dudes gonna find you.
You
Yeah,
gonna make it. Yeah. So hopefully, I think it's a good thing that they keep their names attached to it, so it get the kids some hope. At least we can get some players, even if it ain't but for 1 to 2 years. You know.
yeah. I think it's it give you something to put on a little graphic. That especially when them dudes go out there and do well. You can always lay claim to it. I don't have no problem with it. Better that than nothing.
Right.
Yeah. But
We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing on up tonight, man. Get on up out of here.
appreciate y'all for
Appreciate
tuning in with
everybody
us.
for coming through and putting it down in the chat. And appreciate y'all, man, for being on the show, man. I appreciate y'all, brothers. Man, we're gonna continue to do what we do. And we'll be back next week. I don't know what I got going for this week. I'll probably be only having 1 or 2 shows this week, so it's hard to top what I had last night. But your boy Lano was crazy, so it's tough to get, it's tough to call
I
that.
gotta catch the end of it. I'm gonna catch the end of it.
I gotta take a little break after that one because he came through and did his thing. But man, shout out to everybody, man. So we're gonna be back with another edition of SWAC Smoke next week, man. We'll catch y'all in.
Fangs up.
Bleep.
No, y'all.